it was just... It was one of those moments where I, like, instantly lost all respect for the school. It was like, I literally fainted on the ground. Fainted on the ground, I was right there. And you guys didn't give two credit and acted like, oh, you weren't. Like, you know, oh, yeah, acted like you could have prevented it. Like, I asked to go and call my mom. But no. No, you must be faking it. Didn't take an inch of that responsibility. And it disgusts me. Because, yeah, I know I was responsible for making myself faint. But they could have prevented. They had like an opportune moment to prevent it and just told me, yeah, okay, you can call home. But no. They didn't even acknowledge that, and it just made me lose all respect for them. And it doesn't help that, because of the type of school it was, people were like, oh, hey, yeah, this guy fainted. Like, it spread around school fast, and I was just like, yeah... no. With some teachers, I was just like, piss off. By the way, I didn't even make it that far from the school. Not even a mile. Not even a mile before fainting. It just sucked. And it doesn't help that being in a room full of people who also have different mental illnesses and you have to get a read on everybody. Otherwise, you know, you might randomly get punched in the face by one of them. You know, it just gave me anxiety, it gave me stress. It felt like I was suffocating whenever I was there. Like, I didn't feel safe, to put it bluntly. And back then, I couldn't say why. I couldn't put my finger on it. But now that I kind of like, I'm going to go to a trade school eventually, I've decided to think about it. About like, what I did in my previous school days. What happened? Where did the source of thing came from? It just came from other students and cramming me with other people. It was like, this is gonna be a big stretch, but it was like one of those concentration camps where they'll have like a minority of people. And I know that's a big stretch as an example, but you know, that's how it felt, or at least how I assume it felt. You had all these people with different needs in one classroom. People with different needs just in one area. Even when I made a deal with like some of my teachers being like, oh yeah, can I do the work in this classroom? The other teachers got mad at me. Anyways, I did the work that they gave me. And I was just all alone So when I got my work done, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to quickly just take a small rest. And I've completed at least 5 papers worth. And I gave them in, like I went over to the other classroom and just gave it to the teacher. They said I didn't. I'm not saying that they're scum, but man, how dare you do me dirty like that? When I did do what you asked, I couldn't be satisfied enough. They weren't satisfied, they just wanted to drag me down back into the classroom. And the teachers would also get mad at me when I gave them a very unpleasant face, like a I don't want to be here face. If you talk about, oh yeah, I don't want to be here, and like actively share your feelings, you would get in trouble. Share your feelings with the other students. Which I'm pretty sure is a bad idea, especially since you put, you know, people with different disabilities into one room, and communication with other students should be one of the top priorities. It should be top priority, allowing other students to talk and how they feel about being in your freaking being in class. They're just teaching us how to shut up and how to not be happy in life and with the choices we're given. They're teaching some to make another punch themselves. No joke, we had this one kid who frequently would get himself punched on purpose. Would aggravate another student, get punched, and then get sent home. That kid is a madman. When your school is so bad that freaking, like the shortest kid in the school would allow themselves to get punched, like, you know, piss the other student off, you know you have a bad school. Like, yeah, if they want to get punched just so they could leave. You know you have a bad system when that happens. And generally, most of the teachers annoyed me. Because some of them would abuse their power, some of them would just put on an act when there was no aides or people to help around. They would just stop the act of being nice, they'd be aggressive. And it doesn't help that we don't have cameras in those classrooms. At least according to one of the teachers, which easily could have been a lie, but I wouldn't doubt it. Especially from the manner in which they act. Which is very interesting to me because, you know, if they are like cameras in the classroom, and let's say a student assaults somebody, they have no evidence besides physical harm or witnesses. If one hit a teacher out of aggravation, being shamed right in front of their peers, which was a common occurrence at that school. They didn't give two shits about it, and because we had nothing to back it up, it's like, you know, it's just terrible. It didn't help that they'd like personally go out of their way to sometimes piss off a student. And one of them would have the smuggest face, smuggest like expression on his face when that happened. When he knew he got away with something that was wrong. Something that teachers shouldn't do. It would just have the smuggest face. It was... made me want to barf. Back at that school, I barfed a lot of times. I legit threw up. Because some of the stuff that happened. Like I got anxious. The point where I was like, you know, I was barfing. Like I said, I didn't feel safe there. The morals at that school were a bit twisted. And now, it was also an elementary school. It was an elementary slash high school slash middle school. Just think about that for a second. I definitely knew some students who got mad when they had to deal with children. On Fridays, we'd have these quote-unquote hikes. And the hikes, were really just us walking. And one of the teachers, decided, oh yeah, we'll go hiking on a rainy day. We'll take the most dangerous route when there's an obvious safe route that led to the same area. We'll just, you know, go to the bad side, go to a more dangerous path when there's elementary school kids. It does help that when you have like a contract with a teacher, like we'll have quote-unquote contracts. It's like, okay, yeah, you need to stop doing this and I'll do this for you. They would bring up those contracts, but would not allow me to use the perks. Meaning, I got nothing from what they gave me. Meaning, the contracts were a bold-faced lie at face value. Like, they're going to deceive the disabled. You're deceiving the disabled, which is just terrible. And like the mentally disabled, not, you know, people in wheelchairs. You deceive the mentally disabled. Pretty sure that's not how you make your students who are there for a certain reason, most likely for maybe attacking somebody or just not wanting to be at school. Like, you know, You're not helping their views on school. You're making it worse for yourself and for the student. Which you could probably see the problem there. It was just terrible. And there's nothing you could really do about it. But to say, oh yeah, hold up your side of the bargain. Or something along those lines, yeah. Hold up your side. But they aren't holding their own side up. And then go back on their words. And adding things that were on the that weren't on the contract to begin with. Not how contracts work. Ah, yes.